two wicks.
Yes, so the light, I heard it when I was at conference last, so we talked about the one. It's all one. And so this candle represents that. First wick we light is the light of the God as us, in us, and through us. Second candle we light is that of the community candle. And again, all being from the one. Again, it does shine a greater light. So thank you.
All right, well, thank you. And John, we're going to let you go ahead and do a song for us.
All right. Joy in the morning. Joy in the morning, joy in the afternoon, joy in the evening, joy again soon. When we are happy, joy is how, joy is wonderful, joy is now. Joy in our homes, joy in our work, joy in relationships, joy at our birth. When we are happy, joy is how, joy is wonderful, joy is now. Oh, 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 joy in accomplishment, joy in getting done, joy in doing well, joy in having fun. When we are happy, joy is how, joy is wonderful, joy is now, joy is now.
All right, thank you, John. And today our speaker is going to be Carol Ann Drick, and she's going to be talking about new discoveries. So that'll be great. Let's see what else. Hi, Kyle. Kyle made it in too. So I'm going to go ahead and read our Science of Mind 3. There he is, 365. Then Michael will do the meditation after John does his song. So, okay, so the one for today is I am on a pathway of endless unfoldment. A universal and infinite intelligence governs everything, holds everything in its place, and directs the course of everything. The intelligence that governs the planets and their forces is the same intelligence that is manifesting in me. The use I make of it to direct and govern my activities depends upon my personal choice. Today I am governed by the wisdom of God in everything I think, say, or do. Since there is nothing large or small to the infinite, there is nothing in my experience beyond its action. I affirm the presence of this wisdom, accepting and acknowledging its action in my every endeavor. I permit it to guide me in every circumstance. Today, I free myself of all past mistakes. I know that I shall receive full compensation for every right thought. I now know how to plan my life and direct my path because God is doing this for me by doing it through me. There is no uncertainty or confusion. The divine spirit always knows what to do and how to do it. So I am never without guidance in the success achievement of my good desires. My every thought, act, and purpose is guided by this wisdom. I expect new and wonderful experiences to come to me. I live in complete confidence that I am on the pathway of endless unfoldment, walking in the light of infinite wisdom. And okay, so John's going to do a song now. Thank you.
Creative awareness, creating and giving, ever pulsing, being and living, creative awareness, learning all to know, creative awareness, being what is so, being loving, helping one another, loving kindness, caring for each other, creative awareness, learning all to know, creative awareness, being what is so. Loving self-awareness, seeking to find greater wisdom, soul guiding mind, creative awareness, learning all to know, creative awareness, being what is so, being what is so.
Thank you, John. And as we just do as the psalmist said, be still. Be still and know that I am God. Be still. So take a deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Release, relax, and just let go. Let the chair support you. And again, take another deep breath. Inhale and exhale. letting all the muscles now, from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet, now relax and let go. And on this third breath, take a deep breath in, inhale. And now exhale and take your location of thought from your mind, from your brain into your heart. Become heart aware. Become centered in the heart. And as you do, you see the light of spirit as this wonderful heart love energy. You allow yourself now just to walk into it. And you notice then that there is no longer two, but just one. One. It's from that oneness and knowing who we are, as you just bathe in it, just know that there's only one life. There's only one life. There's only one life, and that life is God's life. And that life is perfect. And that life is our lives now, because we are one with this one life, this one activity, this one presence and power of love. We are one with it. We are as it. We are the personalized expression of God as us. So we just now allow ourselves just to breathe in that love and breathe out anything unlike that. And in this time of meditation, we know that we are one with this creative energy that made the whole cosmos. That we are one with it, that we are channels of that one life, that one power and presence. And from our point of awareness, that we can make the mountains move. We can make the hurricanes dissipate. So we allow ourselves now in this moment now to set our intention for today. So we now powerfully intend now that this day is good, this day is God. We allow ourselves to experience good in all forms in a greater and grander way today than we ever have before. We allow ourselves to be in the wholeness of God, the wholeness of life, in us, as us, and through us. We allow all of our relationships now to be peaceful and calm and supportive. We just allow ourselves to love on a deeper level today than we ever have before. So today, right here, right now, we allow ourselves, we let go of any thought or feelings or emotions that are all from history, from things that happened in the past. We just let those go. And we let them dissolve back into the nothingness from where they came from, because they are not the truth about us. They're just an experience, but they're not the truth. The truth is that we are one with this infinite life, and it is expressing in and through and as us today, as love, as life, as light, as peace, as power, as beauty, as joy. For everywhere that we go, we are God as us. So we just give great thanks for this day and this gathering here online. We know that we are one. No matter where we're at, that we are one. I bless each and every person who's not only on this call, but who will see this in the future. And we just now know that the same prayer of blessing that I've just said is for them too, no matter what time that they see it. And we allow our light, our individual lights here gathered as a collective of Summit Center for Spiritual Living to radiate throughout the world. We see our light coming from Akron and then just encompassing the whole world, the whole earth. Knowing that as we go ahead and we know our love here, that again, it radiates throughout the world. And we just send and know love for the areas that were affected by the hurricanes. We send love to the Asheville Center for Spiritual Living. And we just now know that again, that as they repair their parking lot and as they put together, that I just now know that that is now done for them. That they are a grand light in the world. So for all of this today, I just give great thanks because I know that our speaker is blessed today. Carol Ann's words, again, we allow her words now to just ignite within us that divine that's already there. So for the musicians, for everyone attending, for everyone here today, I just give great thanks. Because I know that our gathering today is good and very good, not only affects us, but affects the world. For that, I just give great thanks as I release this word into the creative law, knowing it's already a done deal. So if you agree with me, please say with me, and so it is.
Creative awareness, creating and giving, ever pulsing, being and living, creative awareness, learning all to know, creative awareness, being what is so, being what is so.
Thank you, John and Michael. And if you'll please come to open your eyes and open your cameras and take a moment to look into the camera and try to look in each other's eyes. And make sure you see that beautiful, magnificent, awesome spirit that is there as you, in you. All right, and for those we can't see, we know that they're there too. So like Feeling for Dead, and again, it's not on the camera, but we know the same thing. So, all right, so thank you so much. And okay, so and that was a new song, wasn't it, John?
Well, it's revised from several years ago.
Okay, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So I'm going to introduce Carol Andrick, our speaker today, and she's talking about a new discovery. And I am just looking forward to what she has to say. I'm assuming she's obviously better than she was last week. So I'm glad about that she's here. So I'm going to just turn it all over to you, Jan. Thank you.
Thank you so much. When last month, when we were taking time to do the scheduling, I was quietly waiting to get some sort of direction as far as what week I would be best for me to do. And I happened to look down at the calendar and my eyes fell on October 16th. You know what October 16th is? It's Columbus Day. And I thought, oh my goodness, I can talk about discovering new things. And it was just absolutely perfect. And I have to say, I find when rather than jumping in right away on something, if I just get still and I listen, then I discover what part I need to play. And so anyway, I was very excited because I thought, oh, that is so wonderful. And we all know Christopher Columbus, and still in schools today, the students are learning that rhyme in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And it was the first thing when I sat down to put down my thoughts for today. It's the first thing I thought of. Oh my goodness. And I called my daughters, checked to make sure that yes, they still say it, and my grandsons knew it. I mean, it's just one of those things that we have that we teach, and it's a cute little poem. And isn't it amazing? It stays with you for years. Oh, Christopher Columbus, let's take a look at him for a minute. He was taller than most men. He was 6'7". And he was actually he was being supported by the King Ferdinand II and Isabella of Spain to go on a trip. And his desire, I think his main purpose in life, because he attempted this trip 4 different times, was to find an alternate route to get to the Orient. Because right now, the only thing that they knew when they left Spain or England or the cluster of countries there was to go down around the bottom of Africa and come back up. So they're making this great big U. And what he hypothesized was if I sail directly west, I'll come into Asia and I'm going to save a whole lot of time. And of course, he proposed that to the king and the queen, and they saw not only a quicker route, they, of course, also saw if this is true and he can do this, it's really going to make a name not only for him, but for Spain. But so he tried 4 different times to try and do this. He did not know America was there, and he certainly found out. And so that he couldn't find it. We really remember him as the principal, the first person that discovered the New World. When in fact, the Vikings were here. Leif Erikson was here in the 5th century before him, but didn't know that for a long time. So he became the principal discoverer of the New World. What really excited me about him and about his journey was that he dared to go. He dared to go a different way. He dared to try something different. And he was given the opportunity. How many times in our life have we discovered new things because we were able to let go of something we already had? I visited a Chevy is 6 months old now, and he knows hand mouth very well. And when he sees something new, if he has something in his hand, he opens his hand and reaches out to grasp the new thing, and of course puts it in his mouth because that is his strongest sense at this time. but the eagerness to let go and try something new. Somehow we have tended to lose that. And I think it's past time for us to begin to go ahead and start using that again. For Christopher Columbus, he traveled by really he traveled with navigation through the stars, and he had his, I guess it's a sextant that they used, that he wanted starry nights so he can kind of see where he was going and keep himself on what he thought was the good course. And it was through the stars, and much of it was just dead reckoning. And I grew up knowing dead reckoning very well, because my dad, many times when we were traveling by car around the country, we somehow got off of the map or off of the road, and we were supposed to be on, and that's when his dead reckoning took over. And it was just, I didn't appreciate it at the time. I marveled at it, but I didn't appreciate it. And he'd say, well, we're headed west, don't know where we're going, but we're headed west, so I'm going to take a west road. And then he would, always the teacher, he would say, okay, who can tell me which way is west? So I can deeply appreciate that, kind of that inner knowing, this is the direction. And think how many times in our life we're not sure, but we know what the first step is. And when we take it, then the next step opens. Because if you think about walking, when you walk, you're literally falling forward, and you don't fall down because you put a foot out to balance you. And then you change the weight and you put your other foot out and you fall forward a little bit more. So we use a lot of dead reckoning as we go through our day, and we also trust in gravity. Discovering something new every day, I think, is a wonderful goal. What can I learn that's new? What can I learn that is different? And I found that when I say that, something really unexpected comes up. And sometimes I just say, really, really, I got to do this now. And it's kind of like, well, you ask for something new, you ask for something different. Here it is. 2 days ago, I was doing a deep cleaning of the front door, the screen door, or the storm door, and the big door. And in the process of doing the storm door, I found two funny little plastic things in the lower right-hand corner of the top window pane. And I looked at them and I'm kind of like, well, what are these? And one of them you could push up and down, and one you could push sideways, and I couldn't see anything happening. And so I finished cleaning the window. And when I got up to the top, the right of the top door on the right hand, there was another little push button up there. Well, that really got me curious. So I started pushing them and started playing with them. And when I pushed the one up here, I discovered that the whole storm window would just slide down in front of the one on the bottom. And I'm like, whoa, I've discovered the new world. I didn't know this existed. And then I thought, well, that's great, but I don't have a screen. And I was pushing around, and there was that plastic button up here. I pushed that, and something just kind of wiggled up there. So I kind of pulled a little bit. Here in the screen door, the storm door, the screen is rolled up on top and you can pull it down. And I was so excited. I mean, I discovered the new world here. So excited, I called my girlfriend and said, hey, this is what I discovered. And she said, oh, I've had one of those doors for years. And I thought, you're not going to rain on my parade. In fact, I said that. I said, I'm excited because I just discovered it. The joy of discovering is what opens us up. The joy of leaving ourselves open to discover, to be flexible, is what helps open our heart and helps us have a deeper and deeper heart connection. We are an incredible top of the animal kingdom because we have been given a creative, curious mind, which we can use to discover new things. And when everyone has it, it's there. We just have to use it so that we get better at using it. Or we're also given a choice. We can use our brain in its collection of facts and knowledge, which is certainly not infinite, it's finite. So we every moment get to choose. Do I want to go with what I know from this brain and my past experience, or can I enhance that and step back in consciousness and use all the knowledge of the universe for a millennium? It's a pretty good library back here. And I'm reminded of the Buddha, that when he was thinking of something, he would just very softly say, remember, remember, remember. Because he was stepping back and going back into an eons of time, noting his deep connection, and that the solution, the idea is right there. We tend to get into ruts. We turn ourselves on automatic and go through our day. Think for a moment. When was the last time you slept on the other side of the bed? Have you ever done that? I moved into a new house, and the way the bed is angled in the bedroom, I'm sleeping on the other side of the bed. And when I first moved in, I've been here about 5 weeks now. When I first moved in, I go ahead and go around the bed by the wall and get in on the other side. And then one night I thought, well, that's ridiculous. Why can't I sleep on this side? And so I did. And guess what? I fell asleep, had a good night's sleep, and I woke up in the morning and it was like, oh, Carol Ann, let's not tell too many people about this. We get so accustomed to automatically doing things, we forget. We forget that there's possibly a new way, a better way, a fresh way to do things. Is it possible for us to release old ways of doing things and try something new, something that might be more efficient? It's called stepping out. And when we step out in the little things and begin to build up confidence in the little things and see how we can step out in little ways, then we get bigger ways. We get bigger ways and bigger ways to find new creative ideas. So I'm getting up on the other side of the bed. I'm also learning, another thing I'm learning, and these are big things, but I'm also learning that the bathroom is next door. It's not down the hall. So you can imagine me getting up in the middle of the night and walking down the hall half asleep, only to find myself in the dining room instead of in the bathroom. That one I learned pretty quick. In this house, my study faces the street, and my desk is under the window. It is wonderful. I get to look at trees all day, big, glorious trees. In my old house, my desk was in the sunroom, but it was facing the wall. So I had a reflective mirror. So when I looked up and looked at the wall, I could see the lake behind me. Little things that I am laughing and discovering. Our life is so full of opportunities to discover new things and to see things fresh and new. So that brings me to the question, how do you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up in the morning kind of, oh, good God, it's morning? Or do you wake up and say, morning, it's a great day to be alive? And I have many friends that say, I could never do that. And I have said, well, try it, even though you don't necessarily feel it. Go ahead and try it. Give me a week. And when you open your eyes, say good morning. Good morning, I'm awake and I am going to have a wonderful day. And some of them try it and some of them don't. So we always have that choice. We're going to try something new. Are we going to keep expanding our consciousness, or are we just going to be in the same old, and oftentimes complain about it? Because if something isn't working, we always have the choice. Fix it. As I would say to my girls, okay, got choice. We can fix this, or you can stop complaining about it. And they would look at me when they were little like, well, isn't there another choice, Mom? I said, no, we either have to fix it or we have to stop complaining about it. And when we wake up with an open heart, what we are doing is we are setting the day. We are setting up our day on how we want it to go. We are setting it up so that our heart can open and we can move through our day with greater ease and flow. And that's getting to choose. That's getting to choose to go through something or to grow, GROW, through the same experience. We always have that choice, but we forget. Our responses tend to be knee-jerk. And if we would just stop and take a breath, or maybe 2 breaths before we respond, we can change our whole day. We can change our day to greater ease and flow. On Friday, I woke up Friday morning and I realized that my cell phone had gone MIA, missing in action. And I sat at the kitchen table thinking, well, I've looked every place. Now, where could it be? And of course, what do? You retrace your steps. When was the last time you saw your phone? Last time I saw it, I was carrying out of the Y after playing pickleball and I got in the front seat. I bet it slid down between the seats. Not there. And then I thought, no, I was in the kitchen and I was peeling fruit to freeze. Oh, it's probably under those papers in the kit. Nope, wasn't there. It wasn't there. No phone, no phone, no phone. And then I started to marvel at myself because I realized I wasn't getting upset. This is new for me because when I lose my phone, I can start to get anxious because of how dependent I am on it. I'm sure we're all to a degree the same way. I wasn't getting upset, and so I got quiet. I couldn't get any. I tried to call my cell phone, got nothing. I got nothing. But what a gift! What a gift to be calm and just say, okay, this isn't working. We have to try something else. And then I thought, you remember that commercial on TV where the guy hits his head and says, I could have had a V8? It was one of those V8 moments because I remembered there are no big deals and there's no degree of difficulty. Carol Ann just simply ask the universe what you want and step back and allow it to happen. Here I am, I talk about that, release, let go. We talk about that. And I had totally forgotten that step. So I sat down and said, put my hands on my cell phone. I want you to put my hands on my cell phone in the next hour. And here's the important part, then you go about your day. Because what you've done is very short prayer treatment, put my hand on my phone by 4 o'clock, whatever. And then you simply take a breath and you let it go. I went about my day. And about 3:45, I sat down on the sofa and I had checked the sofa. And I was sitting there and I bent forward to pick something off the floor. And my cell phone slipped out of the side of the sofa. I had only lifted it up in the center, slipped out and fell on the floor, and I put my hand on it. Wow. Now, that might not seem very big to you. These kind of small demonstrations are very, very important because as we take care of the small stuff and get the ease and flow with small stuff, then we're better able to handle things when the big stuff comes upon, when the big things come to us. So, is it possible? Is it possible to live in that place of releasing it and letting go? Is it possible to be calm in the middle of a storm? There is a calm spot in the middle of a storm. Can we be in that, in whatever is happening for it? I call this living on the edge. If you look at life, you have the past, you got the present, and you have the future. Okay, we can live in the past and be in the present, but live in the past on that line between the two of them. We can live over here. Or if we really want to be adventurous, we can live on the line between the present and the future, way over here. Is it possible to let go of the fears of the past and the unknown of the future? Is it possible? How do we find out? We have to live it. We have to experience it. And little by little, living on the edge, we start to discover how exciting, how often breathtaking our discoveries can be. And they can be big and they can be little. I don't usually say this is a big one, this is a little one. I'm just so overjoyed because as I see myself living with an open heart, and more can see how the universe, how God, how presence is working for me and wanting to give me the very best if I will open and allow myself to partake of that. So I want to invite you to join me in discovering ease and flow. That's what it's really all about. There are no yes buts, but it's simply to smile and choose to discover. And I would go so far to say that it is seeing through God's eyes. Because when we step back into presence back here, those are the eyes that we're beginning to see through. So thank you for your attention this morning. Your presence is more than enough. It's overflowing today. Thanks. Many rich blessings to each of you.
Well, thank you, Carolyn. That was very wonderful. When you said the 16th, Michael Mangus, do you know what the 16th is?
It's Go Get a Pizza Day.
No.
It's somebody, I think a couple got married on that day.
Yeah. What couple? 26 years ago, us. So, but, and then he's leaving in the first thing in the morning on our anniversary for his new thing to do, his other conference, but that's okay. So anyways, Caroline, that's wonderful because when you, just to be in that part of your mind or that thinking of trying new things and staying calm doing it is it really has helped me actually quite a few times. I'll lose my phone and I can't tell you how many times I was like, okay, that's it. Quit looking for it, just stop. And then there it is. All of a sudden it's right there where I left it. It's always hiding or whatever. So I mean, it's just a little. It's a great thing to feel that when you have you see that happen and know that spirit's right there taking care of you all the time. So okay, I'm going to turn this on over to anybody else who might have a comment.
Well, hey, again, just great talk, and that what it reminded me is the whole idea for me, is to do things. Why are you doing things the way that you are, and what would happen if you would do things differently? I'm also reminded of Ernest Holmes saying is that the whole story around death and resurrection is something that needs to be applied daily. What are we dying to? What are we letting go of to experience who we are? And the other thing too, what Carol Ann's talk reminded me of is for me is the importance of leaning into my discomfort, is getting out of the box of, well, this is the way everything has to be. My growing edge is when it's new, and that I can just go ahead and I can just lean again, rather than panic, is just going ahead and take some deep breaths and lean into it. And then because then from that I'm learning rather than again from panicking. So thank you, Carol Ann. Much love. And it's just, again, it's you were in my heart last week a lot when I was giving away and talking to other people about you at the conference. So
I think Emerson said it very distinctly. Get your bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuitry.
Yeah. And then he was never invited back to the Harvard Divinity School.
Well, that's right.
You should have gone to Hartford instead.
Sam or
Well,
John,
I
know you both-
I misplace things all the time. If it's not my cell phone, it's my glasses, because I don't wear them except when I need to, like driving, or my drink bottle, or their coffee or water.
Do you ever lose them on your face?
Yeah, that's happened. But usually it's where I set them down somewhere and forgot where I put it. But
Well, there's an easy solution for glasses. You just buy cheaters, and for $2.50 you can have glasses in every room. So
this is not for reading. These are prescription lenses for seeing at a distance that I don't really need unless driving, but anyway, I find them eventually by that method you mentioned. I think, just let it go and find them when they come up.
Yeah. Sam, did you have a comment?
Well, real quick, your cell phone story did remind me of one of Dr. J's favorite stories about in the mid 60s. It was just before his first Asilomar conference in Monterey. And that, I don't know about today, that was the big conference for all religious science churches. He was so looking forward to it, and like 2 days before that, he lost his wallet. It had all of the money he had saved up for that week, including the money for registration. And he was in a major state of panic, called up Dr. Hornaday, Bill Hornaday, pastor of the church at the time, who said to him, okay, let's remind ourselves there's nothing lost in spirit. God cannot lose anything from itself. And know that it is finding its way back to you in a right and perfect way. And as soon as he let that treatment calm him down and get centered, everything was going to be all right. 2 minutes later, he got a phone call from some woman who had found it. And fortunately, and looked up his phone number from his driver's license. And he just made a beeline for that person's home. And after that, he said, yeah, of course, treatment works. I have nothing to worry.
That's wonderful. Okay, well, John, I'll let you do a song then.
All right.
Yeah, let me just piggyback on what Tim says. I think too, what that story brings up for me is that if we find ourselves in the weeds or spinning our wheels, is that to call a tow truck, is to get the help of somebody else, again, who is in a calmer space, to be able to know the truth for us until we can know the truth for ourselves.
Because we're so close to the situation, it's much harder to.
Right. So again, call up Cosmic AAA, and to get yourself, and again, that means calling somebody else and getting outside the comfort zone. Thank you.
There's an addition to that is real important, and that is when somebody, you know how you're doing something and somebody comes to your mind. I just call them, they walk past my mind. I immediately do a small treatment for them, because when somebody walks across your mind like that, they're reaching out, their spirit is reaching out, and it's just responding with a very quick, 2 or 3 sentences.
And of course, there is no big or small treatment. It's
True.
It's a blessing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, John.
All right. This is one of our old favorites going back quite a few years, called Life is Present. with it and around us everywhere. Life is there, it follows and inspires our thinking. Life is present everywhere. Consciousness is always rising. Life is flowing all along. Awareness is always growing, awakening in a living song. All around us, life is happening everywhere. Life is there, attuning and always adapting. Life is present everywhere. Consciousness is always rising. Life is flowing all along. Awareness is always growing, awakening in a living song. Consciousness is always rising. Life is flowing all along. Awareness is always growing, awakening in a living song. Hearing sounds, perceiving visions everywhere. Life is there, opening to what it offers. Life is present everywhere. Life is present everywhere.
All right, thank you so much. And now it's time for where we have an opportunity to give. And there's several ways that we can give. The first way is you can go to Zelle, and you would go to Zelle by doing, Michael, what are you saying?
I was trying to mouth your words that just go to sscofakron@gmail.com and you can continue, please.
All right, okay, sscofakron@gmail.com. Or you can send a check or a money order with the word summit on it, and to 1199 Lexington Avenue, Akron, Ohio 44310. So, which is wonderful. And so with that, let's just take our thoughts or giving in our hands, right top over left. Just know that all that we have, all that we receive, all that we give is blessed right now in a very special way. And that it goes to the work of Summit Center. And that by doing that, it helps to light a bigger light, show a bigger light to the world, to allow people to recognize their light within. So with that, I give thanks. And so it is. Okay. Good, John.
good and more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. Unlimited, infinite good is mine. Wherever I go, I see good. Whatever I do, I feel oh so good. I'm worthy and entitled to good and more good. Good crowds itself upon us, wraps itself around us. We give ourselves permission to accept more good, express more good. Good, more good is ours, and ever increasing good is ours. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is.
Hey, thank you. And there's just one little announcement. I made the announcement last week, but Carol Ann nor Tim were there. I am now a practitioner emeritus. So, so that's a big thing. But all right, so I will turn over the announcements to whomever.
Yes, ntmedia.org is where I spend most of my week. Again, I was at the at Unity Village last week for the Anton conference. So again, that's wonderful. And again, this community is a part of that. You know, we give to New Thought Media, and again, the extending is going from me to we, extending to the whole world. I also wanted to just make mention of that with the hurricanes affecting parts of the southeast, that one of the places that was hardest hit was Asheville, North Carolina, and also our sister community down there, Asheville CSL. They had their whole their whole parking lot just devastated, gone. And so now that they've asked for assistance and help, again, when disaster strikes like this, then my question is, where can I give the money that will help with the restoration? And that I just felt led in the airport yesterday just to send them a contribution to help and assist their rebuilding process. So they're looking to raise $50,000. Just go on their website at Asheville CSL.org. There is a GoFundMe, which is if you go onto their Facebook page, you can see it there. But but I think that, again, you know, every gift I figured, well, you know what, if I give 50 and I can find, you know, I can find 1,000 other people to give 50. I mean, it's, you know, their parking lot's completely paid for. And so they are holding limited services today. They don't have, they have power, but they don't have any sewer or water. So they're kind of holding kind of limited services, but the faster we can get them back up on their feet, it really blesses the whole community. So and again, keep them in your prayers. You know, just know again that the peace of God is within the chaos, and that you know, the phoenix will rise. So thank you.
I wonder if they have people out in the outlying areas that can't even get to them.
Yeah.
Well, yeswise.com. I have a number of things posted there, but one of them is my Yeswise Inspire blogs, now called Inspire Yeswise. I reversed the description. You can find that there at yeswise.com.
Hey, that's good. Well, when are we starting Carol Ann, when is your thing going to be starting? Have you got a date?
We do have a date. I'm going to be doing 2 complimentary meditations. The first one being on the 23rd, which will be next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And then the second one will be on the 30th, a week later at 8 o'clock. And we will be getting information out to everyone this week.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you. All right, so it is that time. Am I missing other than the fact that we need to do our moment of silence? I think I'm okay. All right. So I will ring the bell, and then please take in mind that, bring to mind somebody that may need some healing, whatever it may be, whether it be some from the hurricanes, from the wars, from the yourself, a friend, a family member, and just know that it's already done, already taken care of. So let me ring this bell. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of peace. We are the people of peace. Sing out, people, sing out peace. We are the people of peace. We are the people of joy. We are the people of joy. Sing out, people, sing out joy. We are the people of joy. We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of love.
All right, thank you, thank you. Next week, John will be our special speaker, and then the following week will be Michael. So that is what's coming up, and thank you very much. And Anna, you can end our Facebook feed now, and we are done for the day.